Hi, I'm Tom from the Reluctant Outdoorsman channel. Welcome to part 2 of this video. In part 1 we walked across the beach from Hocq to the start of St. Clements Bay. If you didn't watch that, it doesn't really matter, just come with us from here. Unless that sort of thing bugs you, in which case watch part 1 first. You can find it on my channel along with hundreds of other videos of virtual hikes around Jersey. And thanks to the wonders of modern science, here we are zooming in from outer space to the Hocq Inn. Today's walk is a fairly long one, so it'll be broken up into 4 parts of just over 20 minutes. The walk starts at Hocq on the southeast coast of Jersey Channel Islands. As the tide is much lower than it was when the flyby was recorded, we are going to attempt to walk the whole way into town across the beaches. On the way we pass Green Island Beach, St. Clements Bay and Havre de Pas, where we take the coastal path to the harbour. We then walk past the French, English and Old Harbours before swinging past Castle Quay towards the Old Esplanade and the Grand Jersey Hotel.
So, what are we going to do? Are we going to keep walking? I think we might as well keep going. I could even walk home from here. It's probably going to be a good hour though, maybe longer. But for a video purpose, I think we keep walking around the coast until we get near the Grand Hotel. How about that? Okay, that's what we're going to do. So we're going to walk along St. Clements Beach, around Havre de Pas, along the top. I'm absolutely delighted that we've managed to walk from Gory to here without setting foot on a road. So it's been brilliant, really. And this part of the coast, it's not going to let us down. It's going to be lovely. That bit's a bit unsightly. It was all reclaimed land. There's a water desalination plant, which I can see has got smoke coming out the top, but I thought they stopped using it years ago. Maybe not. Maybe they use it for something else nowadays. And then I really don't know what the point of that spur out to sea is. They don't seem to have built anything on it. Is it just to dump waste and then eventually they'll build something on it? I don't know. Some lovely properties here. There are Skye flats behind, not so lovely. A few savoury characters have lived in there in the past, including the guys who burgled my grandpa's house when he was in it, and I think the shock made his wife pass away shortly afterwards. That was a long time ago. Yeah, that was a long time ago. What are we talking, 1970s? I don't know. He had a lovely house just along the road there, a bungalow. Now this is the area you may have seen when I did my video on Storm Kieran. I did one a couple of days later as well about the aftermath, and this is the area that was absolutely, well, one of the areas, but this is where the tornado came aground. It came off the sea, came up here and just ripped the roofs off of just about everything. Totally destroyed several houses, travelled across the FB fields and destroyed more houses at the back of that. Travelled across St Clements golf course and tore that apart, and then just went up through the island to Helier, I think it left. So it did so much damage, it was unbelievable. And well, what now, 7-8 months later, there are still trees down everywhere. They still repairing all the roofs. I mean, the damage was amazing. And it was a miracle nobody was killed, that's for sure. Tell you what, it's lovely today. The last time I walked down this beach, we had to crunch our way through all the rocks most of the way. Obviously the tide was up a bit, but now we've got lovely flat surface. Easy on the joints, sand. So we're going to walk through, we're going to walk all along the coast and walk through where the those buildings are. Well, Paddy's gonna have had a good walk. Gory Pier, back to the house. So that's all reclaimed land. Wow. This is great. The tide is still miles out. I thought it would be shooting up. Don't know what time high tide is, but I had plenty of time. I was a bit worried we wouldn't get round that corner. Easy. So that's white and blue modern house that was built, I don't know, 5-10 years ago. That was, maybe longer than that actually. That was built next to my grandfather's old house, which is next door. You can't see it. And that was called Darvel. My grandfather being Scottish. Not 100% sure of the connection with Darvel. You can just see the top of it now, I think, coming into view. Yes, you can. He lived there for, I don't know, maybe the last 30 years of his life, and he came over to Jersey and opened a hotel, bought a hotel, the Sunshine Hotel in Havre de Pars. And the family owned it until it was knocked down, I think, until they sold it and it was knocked down. But it was real old school, fantastic old hotels with really poor facilities. You know, you're lucky if you had a wash hand basin in your room. It was run on a sort of concentration camp basis. You know, you had to have breakfast in a very short window. Then you were told sometimes what you'd be doing. Right, everybody, you're going on the beach today, whether you like it or not. And they would make just about everybody play cricket on the beach, and in the evenings there was great nightlife at the Sunshine Hotel. There was cabaret, and that was very popular in those days. Big cabaret. There was a very popular bar called the Birdcage Bar, and I remember playing golf. I might have told you this story before. If I have, I apologize, but obviously senility is creeping in and I can't remember what I've told you and what I haven't. But I was playing golf for the Hong Kong police against another team in Hong Kong, and it's very strange. I remember this gentleman's name. I played golf with him once. It must have been in the 80s, I think, and I remember his name was Jimmy Keir. And I can't remember people I played golf with at Royal Jersey last week, their name. I just hopeless. My short-term memory is gone, but I remember Jimmy here, and he told me a story. He said, well, after we'd been playing for a while, he said, where are you from originally? And I said, oh, Jersey. And he said, well, I would have been in Hong Kong a year and a half earlier if I hadn't had stopped off at Jersey to say goodbye to one of my friends. I said, well, what happened to make you stay? He said, I discovered the best bar in the world. And this guy was a restaurateur in Hong Kong. And I said, oh yeah, really? Oh, best bar in the world in Jersey. I said, what was it called? And he, without any hesitation, said, the Birdcage Bar. So there you go. I wonder if Jimmy Keir is still alive. I can't remember exactly what he looked like, how old he was. I was only young. I was about 23, 24. But if I remember correctly, he ran Hong Kong's top European style restaurant. So there you go. All these houses here, you can see there's a lot of repaired roofs on them because all their roofs were off. That's hotel over there, the roof was off. All these houses, the roofs were off. Yeah. So there you go, Sunshine Hotel. I suppose there's very few people who are still sort of knocking about, who were around in the heyday of the Sunshine Hotel. I suppose, unfortunately, most people from that age are long gone, like all of my family members who were involved in it. Well, not all of them actually. My cousins used to work there at the Sunshine with their husbands, and they're all still alive, so it is possible. If you ever stayed at the Sunshine Hotel, leave a message in the comments. There were a lot of people from Scotland used to come year after year after year and stay there. Very popular with the Scots. Oh, here we go, look at this. We should, I think, be able to walk. Well, we could walk all the way onto the beach at Havre de Pas, but I think it might be an idea to walk up the slipway here. There's another pub actually. I could have another pint. This is beautiful. Obviously you can't feel the temperature. It is really nice and warm, but there's a lovely breeze, so I'm not too hot. It's just beautiful. And there you go, look at the scaffolding on that and that. I think I wouldn't be surprised if the owners of scaffolding companies in Jersey have made more money than anybody else in the last few years. Because it's not cheap either. Lovely day, isn't it?
Lovely, yeah.
Good boy. So, the battery ran out and I've replaced it, but I've just had a 10-minute conversation with Phil and Catherine, two Jersey people, and it was really nice. We moaned about everything and it was brilliant. We all feel a lot better afterwards. Moaned about politics and various other things. The state of the world. What is that? Something white in the... That's a fish. And Paddy is not going to have that fish. Quite a big fish, actually. I don't know what that was. Right. I would love to know how much the residents of that building have paid for that scaffolding. I bet you it's 30 or 40,000 pounds. That's a guess, but I know that it's incredibly expensive. People have their blocks of flats painted over here and they are quoted something like 40,000, 50,000 for fairly small blocks, and at least half of that is the scaffolding. So if anybody wants to join me as a business partner in Tom Muir Scaffolders, hopefully somebody who knows something about scaffolding, then you're on. So here we go. We had a little rest there, chatting away. Now what do? Do we go around the back there and along the beach?
I think we'll make that decision at the start of part 3. And then part 2 of this walk, still trudging across St. Clements Bay. Well, Paddy and I have had a blast. I hope you've enjoyed it. And hopefully we'll see you back again for part 3. If you fancy giving the video a thumbs up or leaving a comment, that would be great. And for any of you who haven't yet subscribed, that would be magic if you could do so. Bye for now.